Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Katie Stone, and this is Stone's Second Sense. Now, today we're going to be diving into some clips of Chip Roy, well, taking no BS. And you know, we love it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the House Rules Committee has been holding a hearing pending this nonsense going on in New Mexico. So let's dive into a few things that I don't know if you caught up on, but here we go.
The relatively left-leaning gun rights activist David Hogg said, quote, "I support gun safety, but there's no such thing as a state public health emergency exception to the U.S. Constitution."
That is correct.
Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, you know it's bad and super unconstitutional when Davey Hogg, of all people, is standing up against it and saying, I don't agree with this. It's pretty crazy, right? Let's continue.
You've had similar situations in Wisconsin where $150 million is cut from a police department's budget, and the police are no longer able to respond to 911 on a timely basis because of radical leftists running cities. In what universe is it appropriate for the government in any way, shape, or form, much less by an executive action by a governor unconstitutionally using emergency powers to undermine the ability of an American citizen to defend him or herself?
I believe it may be inadvertent on our friends across from the aisle, but they are the #1 gun salesmen in the United States of America. And this has been going on now for a couple decades. People will arm themselves. And when you look at the number of women who have chosen to get concealed carry permits and to buy guns, it is skyrocketing. And it's because they do not feel safe.
I know for a fact that's true for myself and many other women. And he's right on this, ladies and gentlemen. But wait, it gets better. It just keeps getting better.
Political spectrum, wherever they fall, that the United States Constitution is deserving of support, and that it would be important for the United States House of Representatives to speak out in defense of the constitutional rights being violated by a governor of one of the 50 states of the Union?
Yes, and I'm glad some Democrats around the country are expressing their disagreement with the governor's executive order.
And I absolutely love the fact that, hey, we're standing up, we're not laying down and saying, well, this is what you want, so you can have it. No, ladies and gentlemen, the Constitution is there to protect us and our way of living in America free, right? And the fact that the governor is trying this nonsense, the governor of New Mexico, that is disgusting. But I am super glad we have people standing up. It just keeps getting better. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have 2 more clips real quick, and then we're going to wrap up. Let's dive in.
Make no doubt about it. This may be one governor in the United States of America, but there's a whole lot of elected officials around America, in particular on the other side of the aisle, that are quietly applauding this. And that's why this resolution is so important. We need to send the message that we will stand up for the Second Amendment to the Constitution, because if they could take the guns, they will. And all you have to do is look at Australia and countries like that where the exact thing has happened. That is why this resolution is important. We need to stand up for our constitutional rights every day of the year.
I'm with you. We need to stand up for the Constitution and the Second Amendment every day of the year. It's not just when someone from New Mexico, like this insane governor, decides that she wants to take over and just throw it out. We have to stand up not only for the Second Amendment, but for the Constitution as a whole, because it is under attack no matter what anyone says. And I think Chip actually has some follow-ups on this. You're going to like these. They're pretty spicy. Take a look.
But I appreciate his sentiments. I would only just underscore your point about other leaders in this country, executive branch or legislative, who would be all too happy to go down the road that we just saw the governor of New Mexico take. And I would note that you are absolutely correct. I would say it probably tends to be my colleagues on the other side of the aisle, but no, we need to look in the mirror. There are a lot of Republicans who are all too happy to use the power of government when it affects them, and when they're able to use that power. For example, the former President of the United States issuing an award to an individual that advocated for shutting down the largest economy in the history of the world.
You guys know my opinion on the Second Amendment. If not, you probably wouldn't be here, right? But I think it's very important that we all understand that this is not a left versus right situation at all. There are Republicans that want to take away your rights just as much as people on the other side of the aisle do. What you have to realize is that at the end of the day, politicians, well, they're just there to get paid, most of them. There's very few that actually care about the Constitution or your rights. They don't care as long as they're getting their pockets full of money, right? Well, that's where we have a difference, ladies and gentlemen. We are the ones who are supposed to be voting these people in. And as long as we pay attention, we do our due diligence, we vote who we're supposed to vote in or who we feel is supposed to be voted in, as long as we are taking a step in the right direction to defend the Second Amendment and to defend the Constitution, it's not over. And that's what everyone needs to realize, is that there are people like Chip Roy who are still trying to do right by the Constitution and by the Second Amendment. And if we keep people like this in office and if we keep voting in the proper people, it's not over. But anyways, you know my thoughts. Let me know yours down in the comments. Hit that like and subscribe button, please. Have a great day.